Ding, ding. Good evening. 10 o'clock on the west coast of the United States. It's 0500 GMT. It's cBas After Dark for Wednesday, the 29th of July. Hard to believe how fast time is flying, right? For some reason, I'm not as bright as I usually am. I don't know what's up with the lighting in here. I just messed up the graphics on the screen, so we're going to fix that. MediaWatch Wednesday. And let's try to not paste it more than once this time, which is what happened before. And, of course, if you need to reach me, you can call me at the phone number on your screen. That's 310-776-5869, 310-776-Coons, don't you know? Or on Twitter, I am here at Sebastian Coons on Twitter. You can literally call me live on the air at any point during the show if you think I'm an idiot. If you are watching on tape delay, in other words, if it's not 10:01 p.m. right now, West Coast time, California time, then you cannot call. Well, you could call. You'll probably get my voicemail. You could also text. I did just go live. See, somebody's actually already texting. Let me put a link to tonight's show here, and he'll be able to hopefully join us. So the topics tonight. Oh, you are watching. Okay, here's what's crazy. Literally, it says there's 0 viewers. So forgive me if I'm a little bit off my game. That kind of threw me off that anybody was watching, given that it literally says I have a viewer number here, and that number, it says, is 0. Wacky shit. What's coming up tonight? No, I don't want that. What's going on? I'm trying to not go off the air, but I want to bring up the show description because I had a lot of really good shit. The end of American Idol. Who could go wrong with talking about the end of American Idol? I'm not a fan. The FCC Spectrum Auction. That's a little bit less than exciting. The radio industry still fighting. Is twerking hot to you? The last story tonight is going to be about twerking. And yeah, we're going to watch some video of girls twerking. Maybe guys twerking too. I don't know. I mean, we'll see what comes up. But I want to start with vintage TV commercials. This is something I kind of got hooked on doing by accident, but it's MediaWatch Wednesday, and I mean, there's nothing better. I actually did this last Saturday. On Saturdays, I do a fast food and junk food variety topic show, usually with my partner in Portland, Oregon. But this past Saturday I was alone, so I was just spending some time watching classic fast food commercials. Dude, there is so much to watch even then, but we will expand it. Not just fast food. I was thinking about cereal, but then I got into watching these 80s commercials, and I don't think we're going to have copyright problems watching these. So let's switch over to YouTube and just start doing it. We'll see what we can find. These are vintage TV commercials from the 80s, and is what I have been watching here. Let's just see what we find. Well, we won't watch all 20 minutes of this. If you have let me just say that really fast. If you have a favorite, a commercial, oh yeah, what was that commercial? It was about, you know, Palmolive dishwashing liquid, or Life cereal, or we should watch the Life cereal commercials. That's perhaps the most classic of all classic. But any commercial you can think of, text it to me, tweet it to me. You know, the number's on the screen, 310-776-5869. Twitter, at Sebastian Kuntz right here, if you have those available to you. By the way, let me say this. There is a Google link as well. If you go to I believe there's a way you can actually join this Hangout on a video webcam situation, or possibly audio microphone situation, if you're on Google Plus and you participate in this as a Hangout, because that's how it's set up. So just in case I haven't said that, you can participate in a million fucking ways. But that said, let us go on. I cannot have the phone number on the screen while I'm playing the commercials, but I will just continue to kind of come back. What is this even for? Cornflakes. Come shining through, promising you a great day. I'm reaching the star, despite you worrying without your cake. Double L's always done. Kellogg's has been making great days for more people for more years with more cereals than anyone. Cornflakes, Rice Krispies, wow. Flakes, Product 19. Trust your mornings. And look at the motif, by the way, on that, right? Look at how all the cereals have that white rectangle with the title in black and the logo in red. Like, it's all very, very, I don't know. There's a uniformity to it. I like it. I wish the cereals still were like this. Damn. How about that for a commercial and a jingle?
And tops from Sears are spring wardrobe essentials on sale this week. First, jeans that fit just $10.99. They fit your shape as well as your size. And you save $5. Add the all-cotton top, now just $6.99. Cool comfort and permapress too. And you save $3. Jeans
Save $3.
Waist, tops in stripes and solids. These wardrobe essentials are on sale through Saturday at Sears, where America shops for value.
You got a date, skin's looking great because Clearasil takes face-to-face.
Clearasil. These are the 80s, so of course we're going to see 80s remnants in the acne medicine.
Outside, it soaks up all the excess oil.
Feeling first great, good skin's looking great because Clearasil takes.
Clearasil, for skin that looks great, even close up.
Face-to-face.
It almost sounded like Morgan Freeman to me as the announcer.
What's in this little blue egg that keeps Barbara
Pantyhose.
slim and trim?
Oh, there's only one answer to that. It's Legs Control Top Pantyhose. See, Legs slims and trims but doesn't body, so you get comfort and control.
Stretching, bending, standing, setting. There's one pantyhose that's always spinning. It's a great pair of legs.
And again with the jingle, right? Like, I mean, actually, that's the second one we've seen so far that had a bunch of people singing, you know, all about the pantyhose, or, you know, whatever the topic is. I've always been fascinated by, and I always picture in my head those people doing that headphone bop with the microphone. You know, we're watching our commercial, and it's all about pantyhose. Yeah. You know, whether it's a credit card, you know, like Visa had a really good jingle, actually. Whether it's about soap, you know, whatever you're talking about, there's a jingle for it, I feel like, and especially in the 80s.
Kodak introduces the extraordinary Kodamatic Trim Print Instant Color Film. Unlike the ordinary instant print, the extraordinary trim print lets you lift off the image to capture the color just the way you like it. And now look how slim I am. I slip easily into places the ordinary bulky instant doesn't fit.
Okay, wait a second.
So you can keep me in style here in your album with your regular pictures.
Okay, so it's smaller and thinner than a regular picture, so it fits in photo albums better, I guess they're saying.
You can trim me. Watch it. And I'm so thin you can put me where you couldn't put an ordinary instant picture. You can show me off.
Really? Were there places that where ordinary pictures were too thick? Like a Polaroid? Polaroid had 6 or 7 layers, it felt like. It was thick, but was there places you couldn't trim and place a Polaroid?
All kinds of things with me that you can't do with an ordinary instant picture.
Really?
Here I am, with the new Kodamatic Trim Print Instant Color Film.
Anyone can do extraordinary things, but he didn't tell you trim print is only for Kodamatic instant cameras.
He didn't tell him it's only for Kodak.
What?
He didn't tell him it was only for Kodak.
Extraordinary.
Thank you. Trim Print, the extraordinary...
That was a good commercial. I don't think the effect was very good. Like, that kind of little blue screen in a square, like, shrunk down on a page, maybe angled slightly. They could have done better than that in the 80s. I feel like they probably spent a shitload of money and got something a little bit... For a film company, you know, like an imaging company, they should have been a little more aware as to how kind of cheesy that commercial was. I don't know. I'm not sure. I have a feeling somebody was high-fiving each other over that, but I don't think they should be. Let's continue here. I don't know. What time is it? 10:09 already? We should actually talk about some shit, but, like, I'm having too much fun doing this.
Read about tennis tots, political posters, and the miniseries Shogun, all in the new issue of TV Guide.
Wow, just look at the I mean, there's so much there that was so dated. The effect, the sound, like, look at this graphical, like, animation. Tennis tots, political posters, and Shogun, dissolved to an art card, a filmed... TV Guide itself is not even a thing anymore. It's not even a channel.
Now don't be shy. You can get a little closer with Arid Extra Dry.
Only Arid has a patent on this formula that fights wetness. No leading deodorant spray stops odor better. And now Arid has a new baby fresh scent. It smells,
Get a little closer with the baby fresh scent of Arid Extra Dry.
Arid fights wetness and odor. Now in a new baby fresh scent.
There's another jingle, by the way, and I got to say, that's one I grew up with. I remember that. Get a little closer.
You're cool, you're crisp, you're hard to resist, you're right.
What is this for? Gum? Canada Dry. Oh, okay. Damn, honey. I like that. I don't remember that one at all, but just the whole concept, you know, there were like marketing firms that got millions and millions of dollars for coming up with shit like that. Not just the song, but like the whole "Your Canada Dry." Make them think it's about you. I can see the pitch meeting, you know, where it's like it's about you and the user and our consumer who is from 46 to 30, you know, something years old, you know. Married with 2 kids, 2.6 children, and has a usually good stockbroker kind of a thing. I don't know. Like I feel like that whole concept is very kind of 80s marketing gimmick thing, right? You know, people in skinny ties and power blazers, kind of with the glasses around the table. Young guys in suits that aren't buttoned going, "Hey, we're gonna do this. Change the soda game with our commercial." Whatever. But it was good. I mean, it was not bad. I don't want it to sound like I think it was bad. It's just a little bit on the cliche side as far as jingles go, as far as campaigns go. Your Canada Dry. Because here's the thing. I know I'll shut up about it in a second, but how many different products or places could use that ad campaign? Your Arizona, you know, your such and such soft toilet paper, you know, you are The Collective. I've used that one before. You are Mountain Dew. You are Coca-Cola. Every soda could do. You are Kellogg's Corn Flakes. You know what I mean? You could use that concept, I feel like, and it has been used for places that are, you know, from tourism ads to TV stations. I feel like a lot of things have used that. Getting text messages, just so I can repeat the number one more time, area code 310, phone as the phone number, 776-5869. At 310-776-5869. Send me the commercial we should do, and let's watch some more here. I'm getting texts right now. I'm going to read them.
And the ground round.
You get a whole lot more at the ground round. You get a whole lot more.
What's the good news?
USDA Choice Top Sirloin Steak, just $3.99.
That's good news.
And new golden fried clams, also $3.99.
More good news.
Try our baked lemon butter scrod, just $3.99.
That is good news.
That is good news.
Just $3.99 each at participating ground rounds.
The ground, what is it? The brown ground? What is it? The ground? I totally missed it. I was reading the text. Hold on.
What's the good news?
USDA Choice Top Sirloin
I saw the
Steak,
food. I looked at
$3.99.
that. Doesn't look too bad.
And new golden fried clams,
Fried
also
clams.
$3.99.
I'm not into fried clouds that much,
Try our
but
baked lemon butter scrod, just $3.99.
That is
is that
good news.
fish?
Steak, clam, scrod, just $3.99.
Straw?
To participating ground rounds.
I love the jingle. I don't know why the girl had to be singing.
Quite resistant.
Sugar-free jello gelatin. Give in to the taste. Cool and refreshing, deliciously tasty.
Oh, no.
It's jello to me.
How can it be? Give in to the taste.
It's made with NutraSweet.
It's made with NutraSweet.
Calories.
Sugar-free jello gelatin.
God.
Give in to the taste.
Okay, so I mean, that's a pretty good one. It's pretty. I guess it's sort of unique to the product, right? Give in to the taste. Although you could say give in to the taste for Pepsi, give in to the taste for such coffee. You know, whatever. Somebody just sent me this. I believe it might be my only live viewer right now, which is fine, and I'm glad you're. But I feel like, well, let's give you a little payoff here. Hold on. This is an ad for something called the Wonder Boner. Now, This is a TV commercial. Whether it's a real one or a parody, I don't know yet. We're about to find out live together, but this will be good. The Wonder Boner. It's on YouTube, so I'm assuming it's safe to play. As far as, I mean, I sort of previewed it, but I didn't really watch the whole thing.
I'll do it. Fuck you. You want to do it? Just wait till you see what I've got. It's the Wonder Boner.
Oh, yes. The Wonder Boner.
The Wonder Boner? Oh, you laugh now. Just watch.
It's a boning knife.
Assemble the Wonder Boner stainless steel rods like this.
Oh, I see.
Fish, find the top of the spine, sliding through the ring on the Wonder Boner, and...
Ugh. Great.
Voila! My wife would like that. Introducing the Wonder Boner, the amazing new fishing tool that makes deboning fish a breeze. The Wonder
I get the sense this is not a parody. I get the sense this is real.
Char and whitefish.
That's, I mean, it's just gross enough to be an actual thing. Fish should be dead 6 hours before deboning. Really?
And push the fish through. It's that easy. And the Wonder Boner comes with a polyethylene storage case.
Well, sure, a storage case. Why not? Does it come with that little lucite stand?
Deboning a fish the old-fashioned way, when the Wonder Boner makes deboning fish this easy.
I got to see the here's how to order screen.
I think the Wonder Boner is a winner. So, Dave, where did you get the Wonder Boner? Buddy, you should ask.
Okay. Well, I tell you what. Now we're going to Google because I got to look that shit up. Like, here. Hold on. Commercial. Like, there's got to be a Wikipedia article about it in addition to that, right? Like, that's just weird enough to be real. It's actually on Amazon. You can actually buy it. Wow. Holy shit. It's $13.88 for my very own Wonder Boner. I feel like I should give that to my dad. God. He'd appreciate the name. He'd appreciate the tool. He would actually use it when he went fishing. Okay, so now I owe something to my like live viewer. Thank you very much for that idea, because I'm totally going to get... I mean, it's not like his birthday's just passed, Father's Day's just passed, but his hunting trip in October is coming up, so he may actually appreciate... he may appreciate me giving him the Wonder Boner. Which just is... There's no way to say it without not, sounding profane or like... kind of like you're making a weird joke. Well, let's go back to the commercials. I'm having a good time doing this, and that was a good one because like you say, it was real, right? It was actually not... I know you said it was real, but I mean, you know, what else are you going to say? You're probably not going to send me something that you admit is fake right away. But I admit you did tell me before I would know how much to believe that. But thank you. God damn, thank you. That is great. I love it. Classic commercials. Let's keep going for some jingles here. I'm having a good time in the 80s, by the way, as well. If there's another era we should watch, tell me.
I've been on my feet 6 hours. You know how I feel? I feel like dancing. It makes me feel like
sheer
dancing.
energy. I swear to God, I thought it was a TWA commercial because they're filming it in front of a TWA airplane.
It makes my legs feel that good. Sheer energy pantyhose look terrific, and they stimulate, refresh, and massage my legs. So I really feel like dancing.
Try Sheer Energy, because nothing beats a great pair of legs.
Okay, commercial copyright there, 1981. You actually don't have to imagine that. Now, here's the thing. I feel like these people are actors who are playing singers. I don't feel like they probably would have had... Because the people with the right voice don't necessarily have the right look. So I bet this is like recorded in a studio first with the best singers they could get, and then they find actors that they think are the right look. I bet this is not... Like, I don't, you know, that trumpet sound was not the actual trumpet sound that the guy was playing. I mean, it might have been the same trumpeter for all I know, but I really think, I don't know, given my kind of, I had a lot of experience with the media before I decided to sort of change careers. And now that I'm doing it kind of like this, my own way, with a big middle finger toward the the man, I guess. I feel like, I don't know what I feel. I love it, but I feel like at the same time, my jadedness with the whole concept of how the illusion of how things are really done is that there probably seriously is a group of singers somewhere who recorded the jingle, and then a group of actors that pretended to lip sync, that lip synced along with the actual commercial. Tell me if you think I'm wrong, by the way. The number 310-776-5869. All right. Back to it. I'm sorry. I'm having too much fun to change topics, really. We'll do the other shit in a minute.
Right from the moment, here's where it all started. It's been right from the arts, the symphony and the ballet. There's a lot to fit in. Right from the legend. Are you the legend? Nah, he's the legend. Hey, I'm just marvelous. Be part of Boston's exciting new spirit. Just call 1-800-858-0200. It'll cheer you right up. Boston is right from the start.
All right, now I'm freaking out. Hold on, hold everything. That was a local ad, or like an ad for tourism for Boston. Come to Boston and visit us. Spend your money here, spend your vacation here, right? Man, I didn't know what I was. That's really, I don't know.
Right from the moment, here's where it all started.
History is where it all started. Okay, I still don't know what the ad is for. There's a lot to fit in. The symphony, the ballet. Now, here's the thing. I don't know who any of these guys are. So I feel like these are either local sportscasters or like local former athletes or something. I'm just marvelous. I don't know who those guys are. I know who these guys are, though. This is what made me freak out. They filmed they paid the Cheers guys to do a thing in a Boston commercial.
Boston's exciting new spirit. Just call 1-800-858-0200. It'll cheer you right up. Boston is right from the start.
And I mean, it's even got his kind of smart-ass sort of take, right? They had Ted Danson, the big star, give the big line. Give us a call, 1-800-BOSTON, or whatever the number is, but, to be a part of it. And then Cliff, I think the guy's name is, he's all, yeah, it'll cheer you right up. That's funny. That's what I'm talking about. Like, when I talk about before how, a lot of customizing way can be about anything. Like, it could either be about any of the sodas, if it's a soda commercial, like there's not a lot of uniqueness. That was a unique spot. Like, it might be corny in a bunch of ways, which it is, but it's not corny in a cliche way. So I don't know. That made me like it when I saw what that was and sort of played it twice. That was great.
You're feasting your eyes on the 6-meal cake, Streusel Swirl from Pillsbury. Meal number 1.
God damn, that looks good.
A fancy feast for your company. Number 2,
a
yummy dessert for your kids. 3, a breakfast cake to make you forget coffee cake. 4, a lunchbox cake that doesn't all.
Can you get this still?
Stick to the wrap.
I would make this every day.
The best break a coffee break ever had. 6, dessert the second night, still firm and fresh. Streusel
Firm
Swirl.
and fresh. Streusel Swirl. I mean, I could make streusel cake, but that is badass. I love that commercial.
Takes you beyond the news.
Oh my God, a magazine commercial. Right up there with TV Guide.
You understand the world we share.
This week, Time helps you understand the spoils of war, the diplomatic and human costs of victory in Lebanon and the Falklands.
Holy shit.
Time and understand.
And again, what's not a jingle? Nothing's not a jingle. I really like that.
This week, Time helps you understand the
And by the way, this is what they call it a donut because there is singing and then a space with no singing where a narrator comes in and then more singing at the end.
Streusel Swirl, the sensational 6-meal cake.
I'm into this commercial. I like this. Hold on.
Time takes you beyond the news.
Time flies and you are there. Time flies and lets you care.
Time lets you care. You'll understand the world we share.
Helps you understand the spoils of war, the diplomatic and human costs of victory in Lebanon and the Falklands.
Read time and understand.
That was really badass. I'm sorry. That was really solid. And again, pretty unique to the product, right? Not generic.
Your
cat is your friend, and he depends on you to take good care of him. Purina Cat Chow. Cat Chow, you can depend on Purina Cat Chow. Cat Chow, Cat Chow. He depends on me for loving care, and I depend on Purina Cat Chow to give you great taste and nutrition. Purina Cat Chow, you can depend on Purina Cat.
Okay, really? You're gonna bicycle with your cat in your backpack? I really like that jingle though as well. This is the era where oh, hello. Oh, really? A beautiful drink for beautiful people. That was when drinks were sweetened with saccharin, right? 1 calorie. I don't know. Maybe that was saccharin. Maybe it was NutraSweet.
If we lived in a world where all women were the same, they'd need
oh my God.
one shampoo. Clairol introduces 7 shampoos for the real world, where all women are different. Clairol Essence shampoos, each with its own aloe essence for extra body, chamomile essence for beautiful highlights, ginseng essence for conditioning. 7 Clairol Essence shampoos that make your difference beautiful. Clairol Essence shampoos.
That was clever. I like the very tail end of that because they all look at the camera and then they all turn and talk for a second like they're resuming their conversation. And then they turn back to the camera a second time. Watch. Okay, here. Look at this camera, talk to each other, and then back at the camera. Oh, what the fuck is that? Jordache jeans. Oh, my Lord. I imagine if you were born in like 1989 or something like that, shit like this is like, you know, the Beatles is to me. Which, I mean, the Beatles is actually...
There really is a Kentucky Fried Chicken school. Yep. Today we're making the Colonel's original recipe. What have you learned? Fresh chicken makes the best chicken.
And that we use 11 herbs and spices.
Oh, but that's the Colonel's secret. And special pressure cooking.
So it's always tender and juicy.
Looks like you've learned to make great chicken.
Only way to serve our customers right.
It's so nice, nice to live, so good about it, so good about Kentucky Fried Chicken.
They actually had the real Colonel in that commercial. That was pretty much of a trip, wasn't it?
The only way to serve our customers right.
The only way to serve our customers right. I'm not trying to make fun of the guy because we're all going to be there someday. But I mean, it's cool that the guy's face is on it in the background and he's right there. And his picture's there too on the wall. But I don't know. I always sort of thought, is there an age when it's too old to still be the man for, you know, like this? Is this too old? Is he? I feel like the marketers are, you know, the people who are trying to do this. This is a great shot. It's so nice to feel good about a meal. And he's there in the background, giving the little okay sign with the nice white family here and the nice black employees. I feel like I don't know if I'm just seeing that, or if that's just the modern way we analyze things, or if they really thought they were doing a good job by being completely what we consider multicultural and, you know, inclusive, whatever. Like, I don't know.
Honey, you're going to be just beautiful tomorrow.
A coat and a smile. Okay, everybody, let's get this rehearsal going. Makes me feel good. That's the way it should be. And I'd like to see. Whole world smiling with me. Have a coat and a smile.
I like that one.
Sears gives your casual wardrobe a fresh spring look with this week's Wardrobe Essentials sale. First denim jeans now just $9.99. So comfortable they feel as good as they fit. And you save $4. And a lively spring shirt for just $5.99. Easy care, you save $3. Shirts in a
What is these wardrobe?
All right, there's some things specifically I like about this commercial. The 80s-ness of the graphics and sort of the, I guess what I'm trying to say that I really like and what I'm a big sucker for when it comes down to this shit. And I think about this shit, right? Like the interaction with the graphics on the screen. Like this actress had to sort of learn where to gesture into open, you know, like these letters are not here next to me, you know, like as seeing graphics on the screen. To do it back then was, I mean, in the 80s, it was no big deal, I guess. It was a little expensive to make it swing like that, though, to make it kind of animate on the screen and sort of flip around into something else. That was not exactly just typing letters on the screen. I can't do that with these, you know. I could if I animated it in Final Cut Pro, but I don't do that. Which I keep telling myself I'm going to, but I know. Anyway, let's go back and watch that one more time. Because I just really, you don't see that anymore. Not really. I don't really think we see it done like this anymore. And oh shit, I've just clicked on something I didn't mean to click on. And I don't want it. It's now my computer's trying to like play this game. Oh shit. All right. Well, let's watch this one more time. Maybe I can abort it here.
Essentials are on sale.
See her? And I also love how she moves. Like, look at the motions. When there's a split screen of 3 of her, she moves exactly the same way in every outfit. Notice she spins around and the graphic spins around behind her. That was good. I just like this shit.
Denim jeans now just $9.99. So comfortable they feel as good as they fit, and you save $4. And a lively spring shirt for just $5.99. Easy care, and you save $3. Shirts in assorted solids and prints. These wardrobe essentials.
You know, I don't know. Like, am I nuts for thinking that shit's? She spins around. I think that shit's badass. I again, something about commercials today, you don't really see it anymore. The graphics were added after she gestured. My texter is saying, and that may be true. I'm sure there's really no way to know. I guess my point is that they don't seem to do it that way anymore, right? Like, I mean, you don't even see people pointing at graphics and going, "It's $5.99." Or space like it's there, you know, and then coming back to the camera and going, look, $5.99, you know, like, I don't know why. You just sort of see, if it's a hamburger or something, you see a $1.99 hamburger. You don't see a person and I don't know why I'm kind of obsessed with that. But yeah, those graphics may well have been added after. In other words, you don't want it to swing around first and then she spins, right? You don't want the timing to be off. So there's any number of ways in the editing process to kind of do that. Serge's fascinated with how much work it took then, because that's the thing. Anybody with Final Cut Pro and a MacBook could do that now. It's not hard at all. But in the 80s, it took a little bit of work, and I'm always fascinated by the amount of work they went to make those 3D, you know, that was in 3 dimensions, those graphics. Not like you saw them and they would pop out of the screen, but they spun around in space, you know, like there was a point at which it was kind of angled and the gleam of the light changed. I am completely obsessed with all of that shit to a weird degree. Regular MediaWatch users are aware of this. Let's keep going here.
And that's the 6 o'clock news. See you at 11.
The news doesn't stop at 7 o'clock, and neither do we. One station covers all the breaking news.
Oh my God.
Bringing you drama out on the streets and in the theater.
Oh shit, I love it.
On the ground and in the air. On One O'Clock News is more than just a repeat of the 6 o'clock news.
This is New England's Nightcast at 11.
Today's 4 Eyewitness News, where you don't miss a beat.
Oh god damn, that was tremendous. I'm sorry, you be geeking out about graphics on a Sears commercial is one thing, but this local news ad.
See you at 11.
The news doesn't stop at 7 o'clock, and neither do we. One station covers all the.
I love this shit. Oh god.
Out on the street.
She's like running to the story, being filmed by like it's normal. The theater? Is the theater that big of a thing in like Boston? Like to the point where they keep mentioning it in the tourism and the local news ads? Theater? Really?
On one station, the
like as important as the weather?
This is New England's Nightcast at 11.
For Eyewitness News, where you don't miss a beat.
That was fucking classic. That was good.
love candy and nothing to do. Give me the sunshine, give me your dew. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and 2, 3 friends.
Okay, compare this. Look at this ad compared to what we would see.
Give me my good friends, give me your dew. Give me the sunshine, give me your dew.
The funny thing is you can kind of see the earliest roots of extreme culture in this ad, right? And back then it was just, you know, like people taking their shirts off at the river and jumping in. Like it really was really not much. It was not skateboarding and half piping and all of the, you know, everything. But I feel like you can see the roots of what it would become. I'll go back to this one more time here.
Give me the sunshine, give me your dew.
And again, it's a song, right? This is not just an announcer and some music or a person talking about soda. This is a song, and you're going to learn it.
Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and 2, 3 flashing out.
And the other thing about soda commercials, tell me, they're always drinking it from a bottle, and a clear enough bottle to where you can see glug, glug, glug going on. Like something about them ramming that glug, glug, glug shot home is something you see in almost every soda. Do you see it in beer commercials? I don't think you see it in beer commercials. You see it in soda commercials, though, for damn sure. Every single one of them. The Tab had it. The Mountain Dew has it. I think we've seen 1 or 2 others. Extreme 70s! All right, give me a do. Okay, there was a place where we can stop. That took a lot longer to get through than I thought, but I feel like, God damn, what great commercials we used to have. And I mean, to have to see a commercial now, for many people I know, they have the attitude of, oh, I can't be spending my time watching commercials. How dare these people? Don't they know who I am? You know? And it's like, when I binge watch shit on Netflix and there's no commercials, even programs that are built to have commercials where it fades out and fades back in, like I still have trouble pausing it and going to pee at the time I need to pee, right? Or to get a snack or something like that. I feel like those commercials, when there's commercials and then give me a chance to go do shit I don't otherwise take advantage of, when I could just pause it any time, literally, or on a DVD for that matter. I don't know. Maybe I'm nuts like that, but I feel like the commercial breaks, I don't so much mind. And then when you can look back 40 years or something like that and look at these commercials and go, oh, shit, I remember that. Like, I know that commercial song. Like, there is something about ad jingles that Let's look at some of these other stories and actually do some news type shit here. This is kind of me and my obsession with my former industry. I used to work on the radio. Companies with U.S. radio assets made the top 30 global media owners list for Zenith Optimedia, as if you've ever heard of that. ESPN and Radio Disney owner Walt Disney ranked second. I mean, all of the companies have. CBS Corp has CBS Radio. iHeartMedia, that's the company I actually used to work for, is number 12. And Hearst. It's not in the top 10 or anything, but Hearst is number 22 in the top 30. So there's a lot of radio that is actually still very relevant. And I feel like that's going to change eventually. But some people, I think, are prematurely declaring the death of radio when it's not really dead yet. People who are trapped in their cars and have to drive places, like, do listen. Now, more people have satellite radio, but I don't think it's actually growing. I think that satellite radio model is not as good as people make it out to be. That's the reason why the two had to merge, right? XM and Sirius are now XM Sirius. I don't know. I guess you could say 20 years in radio made me a little bit jaded, but I'm still more optimistic than some people I know, where I actually think radio matters. You know, I considered my job as a news person, doing the local news on the radio. Like, I was not a doctor, okay? I was not even like an EMT or a nurse. I wasn't helping people in the way that police help people or doctors, anything like that. But when I was doing the local news on the AM radio for 20 goddamn years of my life, since I was a high school kid, there was a responsibility that you learn. I didn't really know even even really the versatility of the local news radio at the time, but weather alerts and wildfires. What I actually have done in my experience is tell people being evacuated from a wildfire area where the local authorities were telling people to go for emergency help. Like, I mean, I was actually directing people to go away from the fire at certain points because there were evacuations of various, like things like that kind of, I don't know. I don't want to sound like an old man with these kids, right? But the generation of kids that don't understand the difference between NBC and MTV, right? What's the difference other than content? NBC is a television network with stations that broadcast into the air and are monitored and authorized by the FCC to do that kind of a thing. And the networks that feed them content and stuff like that. The difference between NBC and a local station and MTV, there is a demographic of people who don't know the difference. And that always really troubled me, too, that people don't know the difference between a station that broadcasts locally and a network that feeds programming to it versus a cable station. Like, cable companies can go out in a way that I guess broadcast companies can't. Now, broadcast companies can also go out. That's not like the point. And it's not saying that it's better. I still think AM is better than FM radio, which is a very rare opinion. But I like radio that travels far. In my old experience of listening to 8 very distant radio stations on the AM dial is a memory of my childhood I treasure, and I think no one can have it anymore because it's not really the same to travel up the AM radio dial and listen to a station from far away. Almost everything, including talk radio, is on FM now. Blah, blah, blah. I could talk about both, but that's boring. Let's try the Wonder Boner again. No, let's look at twerking. I was going to do this last to try and make people watch to the end, but what the fuck ever. Twerking is not erotic. Find it, Russian investigators. There will be no prosecutions over the Winnie Pooh and the Bees dance, said to be controversial because they say twerking is not erotic. Therefore, there will not be teenage girls in a school who did twerk during a recital. A video of the 14 to 19-year-old girls wearing short skirts and leotards and shaking their bottoms during a dance school performance caused uproar. Viewed more than 25 million times on YouTube. I will tell you this. I am not one of the people who viewed that, nor do I give a crap about it, but that blows my mind. That is really funny. 25 million views for rushing in their dance recital. Oh, my Lord. The world is a sick place. No doubt about it. 9 of the performers were minors. Many observers considered the dance called Winnie Pooh and the Bees overtly sexual. Well, the birds and the bees and the bears all do it. The dance studio in Orenburg in central Russia was closed down temporarily. Children's rights people were calling it vulgar and insulting. The investigative committee that investigates that kind of thing said at the time it was launching an investigation because there were underage girls involved who were wearing revealing clothes. However, on Monday, officials announced they had decided against prosecuting the dance school employees or the parents. According to the conclusions of specialists in choreography, all of the movements are elements of the twerk style, and the dance does not contain elements of an erotica or pornography. The spoke TASS. That blows my mind too, doesn't it? In the process of a check, no evidence of depraved acts in relation to minors, illegal preparation of pornographic materials, or negligence was established. 3 young women were jailed for minor hooliganism for filming themselves doing an erotic dance in front of a World War II memorial. Wow, Russian jail, someplace you don't want to be. Especially, I think, well, I mean, not a girl in the way that's true for certain other nations. There are some places you don't want to go to jail no matter who you are, and I think this is probably one of them. Wow. I'm just out of breath from reading that, even though I didn't give a shit about it. That's really amusing to me. The dance movements are elements of the twerk style, and that dance does not contain elements of erotica or pornography, say these specialists. Pornography. What do you think? Seems to be like twerking is overtly sexual. Like, I mean, it seems like You know, it definitely feels weird and dirty to, I think, and I've never actually seen girls younger than a certain age do that dance. But I have seen like teenage girls doing suggestive dances in my life. Not, that sounds really weird. I'm totally gay. Like, I'm totally not a person who goes out and seeks that. But, you know, in your life you see it. And I've seen friends of mine at the Rocky Horror Picture Show, for instance, back when I was in college and the Rocky Horror Picture Show performer. You know, some of the girls were younger than 18. Many of them were, in fact. It was a very popular high school thing to do, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. But yeah, sometimes they do dances, these girls. And sometimes they're very suggestive. And I always felt weird about it, like, even though as I was totally gay. I don't know. Am I weird? Is the world weird? I have no idea. One thing I will say, and this is something that was not on the tease for this show, but I just thought of it, and we absolutely have to include it. We're going to Google Onion breaks story. Did you hear about this? Do you know what the Onion is? Everybody knows what the Onion is. Why does that slash throw it off? The Onion accidentally breaks a real news story. First, let's do this, because this is so god. This is perhaps my favorite Onion video of all time. This is the ad. We will not, excuse me, we will not watch or listen to that ad. Skip that.
Now, in a desperate attempt to fill 24 hours of programming, here's some bullshit that happened somewhere today. We've got some footage here of the bullshit, which began just after 3 o'clock this afternoon, when residents in this neighborhood were shocked to see this fairly common thing happening. An attractive witness described turns.
I went to my window and I was like, whoa, there's some bullshit happening.
That happened right over there. I'm an older man, so you can trust what I say.
Authorities in special uniforms rushed to the scene to stand around while our cameras filmed them. Our reporter Keith Collins joins us now live from the scene of the bullshit through the use of expensive technology. Good to be with you again, Keith. We have a colorful graphic here that shows instances of bullshit like this are on the rise. Is that right?
Yes, although why is unclear. Some say it's because of one. Others say it's because of some other fucking reason. I talked to this random expert on the subject who told me this thing you're about to hear him say right after he points at a piece of paper.
I spent my entire life attending the nation's most prestigious schools to talk about bullshit like this. I'm really just happy to be on TV.
Now let's see if we can drag this out a little longer by showing emails written by some of our viewers. I once saw some stuff kind of like the shit you're talking about happen. I have nothing more to add. Another person says, I am angry that things like this about every bullshit thing I see. So obviously a lot of opinions there to make this story seem somewhat meaningful.
Oh, absolutely, Glenn. This bullshit has some broader implications. Here's a list of tips on how to avoid bullshit happening to you.
And here's some footage of Congress.
Yes, I see that.
Well, thank you, Keith. Let us know if there are any updates on this bullshit story from there.
There's no way there will be.
Very good. We'll check back with you in an hour anyway.
I'm just some fucking guy.
When we return, we'll look at live footage from a helicopter and free associate about what's going on.
All right. Yes, the nation's geologists are demanding more money for marijuana research. So there's that as well. But tell me, that's not brilliant. That's 5 years old now. That was from 2010, The Onion, and their bullshit about the journalist going, there's some bullshit going on, and, you know, got the reporter at the end going, there's no way there'll be enough. Some fucking guy. Genius, right? Don't you wish there was more stuff like that? All right, well, that's The Onion, an example of my favorite thing The Onion ever did. Now, if you don't know The Onion, they do parody news, and they do video as well as written news, right? They used to actually print a newspaper. I used to go and get this physical paper newspaper from The Onion every week in San Francisco, and they published it, and it would just appear free. You didn't even have, it was like one of those weekly papers, you know, like with the prostitutes on the back and the marijuana thing and stuff like that. But here's The Onion accidentally breaking a real news story. Last Tuesday, a day after, what was that? Last Tuesday, the day after 6 world powers struck a nuclear deal with Iran, the satirical newspaper The Onion published this headline: U.S. soothes upset Netanyahu with missiles. One day later, the actual Israeli news source Haaretz printed an actual story with this very similar headline: after Iran deal, Obama offers military upgrade to help Israel swallow bitter Iranian deal. No, that was not a mistake. And yes, the Onion's joke was actually darn close to reality. Turns out, Obama offered to begin talks with the Israeli Prime Minister after the deal started to go through. Quotes a State Department person as saying, Bibi always gets a little cranky when he sees us talking to Iran, but a few dozen short-range surface-to-surface missiles usually cheer him right up. So think about it. Like a completely satirical paper. There have been examples of people in other countries, leaders even of other countries, that go, look at the goddamn United States, and they point to an Onion headline because they don't understand. It is satire. It is sarcasm. It's fake. It is a and I've always loved the kind of news that if you didn't speak English, you wouldn't understand it was a joke. That's my favorite kind of humor. And so that's why I don't like shows that have laugh tracks as much as shows like comedy shows that don't have a laugh track, because I feel like I can laugh when I laugh. I don't need to be sort of indicated to. But so many people in the TV industry, I feel like, are so old school when it comes to sitcoms that you're still listening to people laugh. Now, Theory has a laugh, an audience, right? It's actually not a track. It is not recorded. The Big Bang Theory audience is a real audience that sits in the studio and laughs while their actors are there. So I don't have a problem with that, but I feel like it's just not as, I don't know, real or realistic, or whatever you want to say. But I love it when the leader of another country thinks the Onion is, actually a real, and then I even love it even more. It turns out when the Onion actually makes a joke on its website that becomes true in real life. Holy shit! Especially when it's like bombs and nuclear and world affairs shit, like real shit, not just sports or whatever. The Onion is brilliant when it comes to sports. I know nothing about sports, but I know the Onion sports is goddamn hilarious, and I'll say 70% of the time I get the joke when it comes to Onion sports. Because it's just, all right, I was going to talk about other shit. I've forgotten what it was. Let's go back to my page here and see if I can bring up the description. The end of American Idol. I don't really feel like talking about that. Fuck it. It's over. Fuck American Idol. I've always thought that was a bad commercial, a bad show from the beginning. I don't understand people's fascination with a singing contest. And I don't know. It kind of bugs me that up at goddamn reality TV to the point that they are. FCC Spectrum Auction, again, that's really heavy. Let's do the FCC Spectrum Auction next week. Radio thing we did, the twerking thing we did. I guess all that's left is that I feel like doing is more classic TV commercials. So let's end there. If you have any final ones, send them to me now, because we're going to wrap it up after this. But let's check out more vintage commercials from the 80s. I'm just going to keep playing the same video.
I've been playing daughter roles for so long that I'm grown up with kids of my own. I'm certainly grown up enough to know that soap can dry out your face. So I wash with Noxzema skin cream every day.
Noxzema skin cream.
Noxzema makes my face feel really clean. It doesn't dry, puts moisture in, makes my skin feel soft, younger looking. I've been washing with Noxzema for a long time now, and well, so far so good.
Good skin starts with Noxzema every day. Greaseless, medicated Noxzema skin cream.
It's just nice to singing at me. And Meredith Baxter Burney was very beautiful in the early 80s, obviously. So that's a good commercial. Nothing wrong with that.
The Jordan Marsh Super Sale is on.
Super!
This is the place for spectacular store-wide savings.
Super!
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday only. Save 25 to 50% on selected fashions, accessories, housewares, and more.
Super!
Thursday, Friday, days of sizzling savings of 25 to 50%. The Super Sale at Jordan Marsh is on.
This is the place, Jordan Marsh.
Okay, I have to stop everything to relook at that ad because holy shit, I have some observations here. We're going to talk about this.
Skin cream.
Play this ad first. Okay, I've never heard of Jordan Marsh before. I don't know this chain at all.
Super Sale is on.
Super. And again, and I looks in the mirror, she sees the camera, she turns around, and everything's really 80s. Okay, the red, green, and blue streaks in the background. I've always been sensitive to these single elements of shit that make me think, oh, that's from a such and such template, a video toaster template, or Final Cut Pro Motion, or, whatever fonts come from which programs and stuff like that. I don't recognize the font, but I damn sure recognize that red, green, and blue beam thing in the background. First second I saw it, I recognized it. I'm going to pull it up for you live because it's from my favorite classic HBO identification. Most people don't even have a favorite classic HBO identification, but so help me God, we're going to pull it up. It is 5 seconds long. It features that same rainbow thing in the background. Hold on. HBO. I know I'm going nuts with this. I'm sorry. Who's their Apple Jacks commercial? All right, we will look at that in a sec. We'll finish with the Apple Jacks commercial, but first, HBO ident. I want to say like 1980. Is it like 1981? It's a very particular year where this ran. Oh shit! I better be able to put my fingers on it because.
Get ready to face the fastest gags in the West. Mel Brooks aims his satiric six-gun at a classic American Western in Blazing Saddles.
Okay, this is the right era, I can tell you that, but I don't think it's the right promo I'm talking about.
You're watching HBO 24 hours on weekends.
Think about that claim. Now 24 hours on weekends. But that was a good logo, right? You can see the precursor to the silver HBO logo that was through space. That was super, super famous. Let's try 1979. Come on. YouTube, HBO 79. I really feel like this is the exact same. I did this on Monday where I thought there was an work in a commercial of that same era. 1979. Am I crazy with this stuff? I know I am, but I cannot help it. Like, not the HBO sign-off. Maybe we'll see it in this. These are just promos. Right?
Coming up next, Catherine Deneuve and Yves Montand are romantic.
But how about this? All right.
Romantic comedy, Lovers Like Us, here on HBO.
And they like put the time up and shit, like what time it's going to be on later. 1983. It's really killing me. I'm not going to be able to find it. No, the HBO 83, I mean, is the famous one in space, which is, of course, I mean, widely considered the best. 82. It's going to kill me. I'm going to try this one because, again, it's that same as the flashy next on letters. 24 hour a day entertainment. Back when it was a new idea. No, this is also the classic one.
You're watching HBO.
That one's classic. Dun, dun, and these ones are always very cool. These are called Inside HBO. Like explanatory things about this pay service you bought.
Is there any best time to watch for HBO's biggest movies?
Our biggest movies are scheduled on different days at various times throughout the month for your convenience. But you can always count on seeing them on weekend nights. Usually beginning at 8 p.m. 7 Central Time.
Inside HBO, you know, I love that shit. That's tremendous. I cannot put my fingers on the one I'm talking about because the only one I can find is the one that is from space, and that's not the one I mean. There is another one, and I'm gonna drive myself nuts with it. I'm gonna go off the air and instantly see it. I think it's in this one. This is 10 minutes worth of video, but.
Years of entertaining you.
Gregory Peck, Roger Moore, and David Niven are the Sea Wolves, three courageous commandos who took on the Nazis in a...
Be watching November 12th when Aaron Pryor takes on Alexis Arguello, live on HBO.
Live on HBO. Can't see if maybe the... No. Here's another Inside HBO, though.
The month you'll repeat a program. Now that HBO is on 24 hours a day, we play most programs a number of times on about 7 different dates within a 30-day period. This gives you and all of our HBO subscribers plenty of chances to see a particular program at a convenient time. It also lets you preview a program to see if it's right for other members of your family.
It also lets you preview a program to see if it's right for your family. Ah, yes. All right, you guys, I can't find it. We'll come back to it. I want to finish with the commercial that was sent in, as I promised, and goddamn, I gotta love it. We talked about HBO on Fast Food Day. Oh, yeah, I think we did, actually. Really good. Oh, hold on. I just hit copy. I need to hit paste here. Let's watch the Apple Jacks commercial, and maybe we'll start with that, by the way, also on this coming Saturday's program, because I think that would be a good place to play it here. Let me hit enter. Let me switch over to it, and then we will say goodnight. Here is the commercial for Apple Jacks. I don't know what year. 19. Hold on, back to the beginning.
Look, it's Jeff Armstrong. You have a back. It's cool. We'll see. Why? You named it Apple Jacks. Doesn't it taste like apple? That is why it tastes so good. Then why? They just do. Kellogg's Apple Jack cereal is part of this complete breakfast. You don't know what she's sweet and read what we like.
Apple Jacks 94. Man! Oh, that was... That really takes me back, because I graduated from high school in 1993, the year before this. So when I see all those, that's essentially what I looked like. Not exactly. Probably, you know, in my dreams, I wish I looked like those, you know, model kids. But, 1994. We should do 90s commercials next week. This is super fun. Hey, thanks for the assist and the participation. I don't usually get people texting me sort of stuff to throw in, but that was tremendous. And we'll do it next Wednesday as well on MediaWatch Wednesday. Tomorrow's Anything Can Happen Thursday. My show last night was actually had a class. I have another class in about an hour. And I'm over my 1 hour show limit that I usually keep it to anyway. So we'll say goodnight. We'll see you next time. 10 o'clock p.m. West Coast time, 0500 GMT for cBas After Dark.